Hey guys, and how about we watch a death battle, Tigerzord vs Gundam Epyon. So of course, make sure to go here to the official release, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, then come back here and we'll watch it together. So I'm not really a big fan of robots or giant mechs or normal mechs really, or anything fighting like that. I can certainly like those things, but I'm not drawn to those things for those reasons, you know what I mean? But I was all the same really rather excited for this death battle once I got thinking about it again. Why? Because freaking Tommy Oliver! When I was young, and I mean like really young, I watched just a bit of Power Rangers, so I don't really remember much from back then. But I do remember thinking that Tommy was awesome. As the Green Ranger with his Dragon Zord, as the White Ranger with his costume. We actually had a toy of the White Ranger, no idea where it is now, probably long gone, but we used to have it, green one too actually. Tommy was just cool, he's just what I remember from being, you know, from Power Rangers. That's why Power Rangers was awesome. And recently I actually went to a thrift store and I found like whatever Tommy related Power Rangers VHSs I could, and then I learned that they were on Netflix, but too late for that. And I watched them just to get a little more knowledge, just to refresh my memory about Tommy, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger. And if I ever go evil, I hope that I go evil like the Green Ranger, because he was so cool, like so over the top in like a campy way. Like, you know, I will destroy you, Power Rangers, and then I will do this for Empress Rita, or whatever, you know, and it was just great. I loved his evil laugh and just how open he was about it. But in his world, Tommy really was like the BA, you know, you don't mess with that mofo, because he will knock you senseless. I almost said knock you up, that would have been bad. But just like the way that he handled combat and everything, and later on he became Power Rangers, you know, leader and everything. Tommy was the guy you didn't want to mess with. He was what made the show great to me. So because of this death battle, not even after having watched it, but just in like preparation and anticipation for this death battle, I've started watching Power Rangers again. I haven't watched too many, but I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. It's a great show if you want to go check it out. It's not like the high-end, super action-packed anime that you have available. To me, it's more awesome, kind of like the Adam West Batman is awesome, you know? In that silly but charming way. Like, I'm not being sarcastic when I say that I like it, or like it for those reasons. I like it for those reasons. It's fun. But with that said, I think that Gundam, while I know nothing about it, is a lot more of that high-end, action-packed, super-powered stuff. Like the combat in Power Rangers, especially when they get into their mechs, their Zords or whatever, it sucks. It does. They don't seem powerful at all. They seem really slow, bulky, and just not powerful. You know, they have some like beam attacks which do some amount of damage, but the damage is really indescribable in terms of not having any basis to work off of. It's just kind of there. That's just what happens. Gundam, again, I haven't seen it, but I imagine that it's just way more actual like power that you can measure in terms of destruction and durability and stuff. So I think that Tommy, the Tigerzord, is going to die. I think he is. Already, without having, you know, to watch the analyses for the two characters, I think that Tommy, the White Ranger, or whatever, you know, color, depending on which iteration of Power Rangers you watch, I think he's going to lose. But I don't know. I don't know for sure, just that's where I'm leaning. So let's get to watching this and see what Death Battle has to say. So, you know, I would love to say fingers crossed for Tommy, because I'd love for him to win, but I don't think he will.
Evil. It has many faces,
Indeed.
and sometimes even a good-natured soul may become its unknowing pawn.
Yep.
Oh, did you say
Rita
something?
cast a spell, by the way.
I couldn't hear you over giant fighting robots. Seriously, what's cooler than giant robots? Absolutely nothing.
All right.
The White Tigerzord, the 6th Thunder Zord.
And Epyon, the 6th Gundam.
Epyon,
He's
okay.
Wiz and I'm
Wasn't
Boomstick.
sure how to
And
pronounce
it's our
that.
job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right, let's see what they have to say.
Behold the Thunder Zords, mighty bestial vehicles with a power and a force like you've never seen before.
Yep.
Unless you live in Japan, then that shit's everywhere.
They would all form
The
into the
Thunder
Megazord.
Zords are piloted by the
Tigerzord could go like on
mighty
his
Morphin
own.
Power Rangers, 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
Teenagers.
For over a year, these 5 heroes defended the Earth from the evil Rita Repulsa and her cronies.
But when her boss, Lord Zed, showed up and started
Oh, that's
beating
who that
some
is.
serious Ranger ass,
Okay.
the team knew they needed some help.
Thus, a giant floating head in a tube and his robot buddy set to work building a new Ranger with a new Zord.
Oh.
Present to you the White Ranger.
See, I never saw the origin, I don't think. Certainly wasn't on that VHS I showed you quite proudly. The white
Tigerzord!
I also loved how their clothes always matched color-wise.
Gigantic weaponized Robo Kitty. While cats are clearly inferior to dogs, I might make an exception for this one and take it home.
Well, considering
Just
after it
checking the side
transforms to
stuff.
warrior mode, the Tigerzord weighs 150 tons and stands nearly 15 floors tall.
Does it say
I
that?
don't
How
think
do you
you'll
know
find
that?
one in a pet shop window.
And it's a transformer! Awesome.
The white
That's
Tigerzord
right.
is powered by the,
Sorry, it's
quote,
conceived.
white light of goodness, as is its
Oh.
pilot, the heroic leader of the team, Tommy Oliver, the White Ranger.
He wasn't always in charge, though.
That was cool.
His original powers came from the screeching, migraine-ridden she-witch Rita.
Yep.
Naturally, it was a trick, and those powers came packaged with a curse that turned him evil.
Luckily, Rita doesn't logic much, so the Rangers reverse the spell by destroying a completely unrelated object.
Yep.
Tommy wields Saba, a talking saber that shoots lasers and remote
I didn't know
controls the
Saba talked.
Tigerzord.
Oh no.
Thought you knew what you were doing.
I do.
Yeah, you sure could have fooled me.
And is also uniquely multilingual.
That's right. None of you speaks bird. Take me over to the cages. Squawk, squawk, tweet, squawk, tweet.
Everyone that
Wow.
just watched that is now dumber. Or bad.
That's
In
fun.
battle, the Tigerzord's tail doubles as a golden tiger sword.
Which can light itself on fire. I
Yeah.
assume by sparking a robo-fart of some sort. Z-Wiz, I can science too. Anyway, the Tigerzord knocks foes off their feet with sonic blasts, temporarily increases agility with hyperspeed, and shoots fireballs from its chest mouth thing.
Oh,
White Tiger Thunderbolt, armed and ready.
that's how that works. Okay.
The Tigerzord's greatest asset, however, is its ability to mimic the movements of its pilot.
Oh. I didn't know that part. That could help with the speed aspect then.
So it's important to determine how superhuman the White Ranger is. But he doesn't have many measurable feats.
See, the
Fortunately, all Ranger
measurableness-
powers are derived from the same morphing grid, a galaxy-spanning energy field which balances all life.
Ah.
So, the Force.
Yeah, pretty much. This means all Rangers have comparable powers that we can use to measure Tommy's potential.
Okay.
SPD Green Ranger Bridge Carson once lifted and threw a 2-ton car at this poor girl,
Oh.
who he guessed was a demon. Luckily,
Who
he
guessed?
was right, and
Okay.
a PR catastrophe was avoided.
The average man can squat lift about 125 pounds, so this feat makes Power Rangers at least 32 times stronger.
Wow.
That was most impressive.
Did not know that.
And we know Rangers also receive a speed boost, so it's reasonable to believe that a
Didn't know
Morph
that
Ranger's
either.
reaction speed is in the ballpark of 32 times faster than the average person.
I've only ever seen
Thus, the White
Mighty
Ranger
Morphin.
can actually react to attacks in about 6 milliseconds. To compare, in the same given time, a bullet fired from a gun would have only traveled about 9 feet. As the
Wow.
Tigerzord mimics the White Ranger in real time, it must be capable of the same speeds.
I bet he could totally do that knife finger stabby game. Actually, Wiz, put your hand on the table.
No, not after last time. That poor intern.
I told him not to move.
Anyway,
Oh.
like that intern, the Tigerzord can't always cut it on its own.
There's another thing about Power
When that
Rangers. It was
happens,
really
Tommy's
team-based.
friends usually come in to save his ass. But even though they won't be able to help him today, Tommy can still call upon his secret weapon.
Each Power Ranger has his or her individual Zord, which only they can pilot. However, there have been numerous instances when a Ranger has called upon other Zords.
Oh.
So, Tommy can call upon the Lion, Griffin,
Really?
Unicorn, and Phoenix Thunderzords to create the Mega Tigerzord.
But what about piloting? Would that be an issue? Because usually they're all in the cockpit at the same time, from what I've seen. And they all have their own little controls, it looks like, too.
The Mega Tigerzord is a massive monster of a mech. It's got an energy shield, an energy ball attack, and a wicked dropkick. Oh, and its finishing move is literally lighting a giant robo-bird on fire and shooting it through everyone in its path.
Oh.
Obviously, the Mega Tigerzord has never lost a match.
The Mega
Okay,
Tigerzord is so
that's fair.
powerful, it's even had that finisher move reflected back at it, survived, and all it did was fall over and look surprised.
But it's not all firebirds and rainbows. Enough damage can overload the Tigerzord's connection to the Morphin Grid and annihilate it. But don't get me wrong, this is one ass-kicking, mighty Morphin, fire-birding, flame-sorting power kitty.
Oh, cool.
Meow.
Samba, are you ready, pal?
White Ranger, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, it's weird that the mouth moves. I didn't notice that. I did. I didn't realize that was the sword, though. Or maybe I did, but I was talking. I don't know.
In the year 195 AC, yes, AC,
AC?
Earth and its space
Okay.
colonies were on the brink of civil war. Chaos had erupted, governments shattered from within. The only constant were 5 freedom-fighting mobile suits called Gundams.
Okay. See, this is like a brand new.
Piloted
This is
by
an
a
introduction to
bunch of
me.
Kids who have no idea how to have fun. Seriously, get laid or something.
Intrigued, the disgraced Commander Treize Kushranada set about creating his own Gundam.
For sex?
No, for Zechs.
This is getting
Zechs?
really confusing.
Like
Try to
German?
keep up. Treize hoped this new non-sexual fighting machine would finally answer the meaning of life and death.
And birth.
No!
I have a guide here that will show you how to live from now on.
Oh. Okay. So it's just a life support system
And
too?
so the Gundam Epyon was born.
You
Epyon.
think you've built a god or something? Maybe I do.
Epyon is a fierce force of metal and badassery. Like all Gundams,
Oh, it has a whip.
it's armored
That is
with
cool.
Gundanium.
Oh.
Yet another stupidly named fictional metal that happens to be many times stronger and lighter than titanium.
Of course.
Standing 57 feet tall and weighing just under 10 tons, Epyon is actually quite a bit smaller than your average Japanese giant robot.
But for what it lacks in size, Epyon compensates with incredible speed.
Yeah,
With a max
I figure.
propulsion of nearly 200,000 pounds, Epyon can fly over 250 miles per hour.
But manning a Gundam at that speed is rough and can kill a pilot who hasn't been trained.
Epyon's pilot
Good
is
thing
the
he's been
legendary
trained, right?
warrior and Treize's closest friend, Zechs Marquis, the Lightning
Oh,
Count.
okay.
Commander of the Oz Special Forces, valedictorian of a prestigious military academy, and sole pilot of the unstable Gundam prototype.
How does the Wizard of Oz come into this now? Anime seriously confuses me. Well, regardless, Zechs is a true warrior.
I am a true soldier.
Oh, look, an echo.
Despite this, he could not handle the politics of war. After Treize staged a coup which spiraled out of control, Zechs stumbled through the ensuing chaos like a lost pup, always
Aw.
ending up fighting for the wrong cause by complete accident. Whoops.
I don't understand. Why am I still so spineless?
Oh, I have an
Poor
awesome giant
Zechs.
Gundam that everyone needs to do awesome stuff. Poor me.
But plot twist, Zechs has been hiding a secret identity.
What?
He is, in fact, Milliardo Peacecraft, the
Oh.
long-lost heir to the throne of the pacifist Sank Kingdom. Yes, the Peacecrafts literally craft peace.
At first,
What?
the only one who knew Zechs' true identity was his slap-happy admirer, Noin. You'd think a cheerful girlfriend who doesn't have blood on her hands would help Zechs lighten up a bit, but...
Don't go getting too attached or party will hurt.
But my soldiers aren't ever gonna be killed in battle.
1 minute. It's like. Well, that wasn't really in battle.
Damn. You won't be hitting that for a while.
Despite being a backstabbing, coup-staging terrorist, Treize Kushranada apparently has some high sense of honor, and this is reflected in Epyon's arsenal.
Okay.
Aside from 2 tiny Vulcan guns, Epyon was designed as a dueling suit and lacks effective long-range weaponry. But that's okay, cause check out this sword!
I want to know what those other machines are made of. Are they
The beam
Gundanium as
sword
well?
is connected directly to Epyon's power source, which means its size and power can be increased on the fly. Epyon also has a durable shield which houses a chain whip called the Heat Rod that can be superheated to slice through armor.
But its greatest and most risky weapon is its onboard computer, the Epyon system, a modified zoning and emotional range omitted system.
0.
This directly links with the pilot's brain and aids him by constantly predicting outcomes and strategies in mid-battle. And unlike other Zero systems, this modified version shows Zechs his opponent's face as he's murdering them.
Wow.
Oh, that's right, for the nightmares.
You don't
It
want to
gets
see
worse.
that.
The Epyon system relies on Zechs ignoring all distractions, including his own drive to win. It predicts every possible outcome of the battle at hand and shares them with him. These include the
Every
outcomes where
possible?
he loses, which take the forms of hallucinations.
Wow.
If Zechs can't separate fact from fiction, these hallucinations may become reality.
But despite the danger, it's totally worth getting into Epyon's pilot seat. 'Cause
Okay.
This giant robot is a born winner. It's capable of holding off 4 other Gundams at once,
Wow.
survived the heart of an exploding space station, and destroyed another giant space station with a single awesome sword slice. Haha! Gundam powers, away!
Well, alright then.
Of course, Epyon does have its fair share of weaknesses, and even though Zechs eventually overcame his turn to the dark side, nearly sacrificing his life for the greater good in the process, he never did quite become that perfect soldier he always wanted to be.
But good news, he did eventually get in Noin's pants. Worth it!
Just watch me. I'm gonna live right to the bitter end. I'll live the hard life of a warrior.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are
did
set.
make this more
Let's end
difficult.
this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle! Robo style!
Pause! Okay, good enough. Okay, talking about this now. They did make me a little less confident about who's going to win, but I've watched a lot of Death Battle by now, and I do know that they do a really good job of making people sound good. They do a good job of making people sound powerful when they're not necessarily powerful. Not that they're lying, they just know how to really present a character, in my opinion. And so yeah, Tommy, they definitely did actually make sound better because they gave a lot of facts that I did not know. And again, I knew nothing about Epyon, so I'm relying solely on this. And he does still sound really freaking powerful. But his weaknesses could be a bit of a downfall. I don't think that Tigerzord has too many long-range attacks that could really benefit him here. From what I remember, he has the fireball shooting from the chest thing, and he can launch the pterodactyl, the flaming pterodactyl, at the Epyon, or at the Gundam, I guess. But I feel like with the Gundam speed, that he could avoid that, you know? I feel like he's smaller, a smaller target than what Tigerzord is used to fighting, and just with his speed, and maybe even being able to counter it with some of his weapons, I feel like he could get past that. I think that Epyon's biggest downfall will be the hallucinations. You know, if those can get the best of him, I feel like that could do him in. But aside from that, aside from, you know, despite how strong and, you know, cool Tommy is, love Tommy Oliver, I still think that Tommy is going to lose here. I still think that Epyon has the upper hand, especially considering, yeah, being, you know, the Epyon Zero, the whole thing, the Epyon system is dangerous. But he's still alive in the anime, maybe. Or if not, he at least survived a number of fights. And so this is just one more fight, right? Against a tough opponent, but he also went up against 4 Gundams at once, and he was okay. So we're gonna play this again. I think that Tommy is going to die. As much as I hate to say it, I think Epyon's going to win. Nothing against Epyon, just Tommy's awesome. So let's get to it. Forgot again that there's no commercial, so play. And is this 2D animation? I mean, I know right now it's okay. I know right now, like, the
All right,
background's
Sala.
3D, but
Time for a weekly test run.
Excellent. Let's test the weapon systems.
okay.
Make
Test
sure the
run.
safety systems are on.
That was not a safe.
systems activated. That will probably dissipate, right?
Saba. Just happens to be there. That's awesome.
Zechs, what are you doing down there?
She gonna die?
Hello, Nine. Just brooding over how I nearly destroyed the Earth.
That again? You've gotta lighten up, you grump. Well, how about we do that thing you're always asking about? You know, the one that rhymes with your name.
What? Really?
Of course. I think it's finally time.
I knew it. Okay. That's good motivation.
I think I'll drive.
Oh. Smoke controlled like that. Okay. Okay, but if he's supposed to fight without distractions, are they gonna play that into it? The whole motivation thing?
Fast! 200 meters!
Must be one of Zechs.
0 meters! Huh?
So they're not expecting that kind of speed.
Is it just me, or do Zed's goons keep getting smaller and angrier?
Alright. Yeah, that speed is already impressive.
Whoa, he's quick for a little guy.
Stop messing around and start defending!
Right, time for action. One Tigerzord!
Oh good, that was in time.
All right, Saba, I want the Tigerzord to follow my every move.
That's impressive.
You may be skilled, but you're too slow for Epyon.
How's this? Hyper speed!
That was fast.
Time to stamp out some evil.
Ah! Okay.
What are you playing hard to get? All right then, go along. White Tiger
So,
Thunderbolt!
don't say something like that when his girlfriend just died. Uh-oh.
The Epyon system indicates that you've shown your full arsenal.
Oh. But he hasn't yet, has he? Oh, that's not good.
You're finished.
That's also not good. What happened? Is Tommy dead? Hallucination?
What? What's that?
I don't know. Okay. Firebird. Hallucination over? What's everyone up to now?
Quick, Tommy! There's circle on his chest! It must be a weak spot!
Right.
Oh!
Don't get cocky.
He didn't explode?
Well, this defies all logic!
I like that.
We're grounded.
Tommy, call the Zords!
You got it. I need Thunderzord power now.
And then they all come from wherever, super fast. Well, I don't know, because the one thing that I really thought would do Epyon in, the hallucinations, have passed, right? Well, I don't know how he does against punching. Oh, oh snap. Oh snap.
No, not like this.
Oh. Okay. Oh crap, another hallucination.
Here it comes. Routing all power to thrusters.
Wow.
And now to the beam saber. Or no! No! Son of a bitch!
Poor Tommy. Sword on.
Oh, my child.
And Lloyd.
This was a surprisingly
Zechs.
close call. At first glance, the Tigerzord towers over Epyon and is fast enough to keep up with it. Yet Epyon destroyed Barge, a 26,000-foot-long space fortress with one sword swing. Just one. There's no doubt that a few swings like that were
To be
enough
fair, he
to
was
overload
falling,
Tigerzord's
but,
connection to the morphing grid.
I mean, this goofy-looking skeleton dude did it, so I imagine a giant laser sword wielded by a devil robot could do it too.
Also, Zechs is a far more experienced and properly trained warrior, unlike Tommy, who was drafted in the middle of high school.
Yeah.
But the Tigerzord wasn't helpless. Its megaform even duped the Epyon system for a moment. But unfortunately for our favorite White Ranger, Epyon is an ever-evolving dueling machine.
Stupid future-predicting robot, and it's really fucking sweet sword.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The winner is the Gundam Epyon.
Claps for Epyon.
Next
time on Death Battle! What's it gonna be? versus... Is that Scorpio?
Don't go
Well, I don't
anywhere, 'cause
bloody
this is
know.
important. You want more
Okay.
ass kicking? Our animators
Oh yeah,
really like
1 minute
making
melee.
guys fight each other, so they've created their own show, 1 Minute Melee.
But unlike us, they don't do all this time-consuming, soul-crushing research. They just do it
Right.
because it's fun.
And who doesn't want to watch cool characters kicking ass just for the sake of kicking ass? Click the annotation and check out the first episode and support our animators.
And keep an eye for more 1 Minute Melee every other Monday and a Death Battle
Every
update
other Monday.
every
That's
single
pretty cool.
Friday.
The results of 1 Minute Melee are not associated with Death Battle. Wiz and Boomstick are not responsible for the outcome of a fight. So please don't send them any bitchy complaints via email, text, Facebook, or any other form of communication whatsoever on this planet. Enjoy the show.
And just scroll down to see how you can win the last remains of the White Ranger.
The
His
t-shirt.
T-shirt. Signed by Boomstick and yours truly. Thank you for watching.
Alright. That was nice. Oh no, so really...
Effects.
Oh, dim effects. Cool. Okay. Even after watching the analysis, I don't think that I gave Tommy enough credit. Because he did put up a really good fight. I know that a lot of it is just because during his analysis, you know, they gave facts, they made him faster and stronger and everything than I had thought. But like I didn't really pay attention to the numbers so much. And so I couldn't adequately compare them to Epyon's. So I'm glad that they did that for me. Either way, I didn't think that Tigerzord really duped Epyon's system. Just that's what happens in Epyon's system as far as I'm aware. From the analysis, it sounded like, yeah, that just happens when you predict the battle midway. Hallucinations or like your own death can get the better of you, but that didn't happen. I really liked this one, especially for a 2D animated thing, because sometimes, I don't think that they're lacking, but sometimes some people I know think that they're a little lacking. I thought this was really good. I liked the voice acting that was provided for this. It was comical, but at the same time, from what I knew of them, it seemed like it actually could happen, you know? Aside from Power Rangers being like a PG or whatever thing. I liked it. I agree with the outcome. Sad for Tommy, good job for Epyon, or Zechs, or whatever. Poor Noi. But yeah, part of me wonders what would happen if Tommy either stayed in just the Tigerzord, or if he went into the Super Tigerzord, or whatever it is, you know, the Megazord kind of Tigerzord thingy, earlier on. Because it seems like Epyon adapted to the fight, you know, as it was going. Which makes sense for Epyon being a Gundam, or just for it being Epyon, I don't know. But for what it was, it made sense. And I wonder if, you know, like, Tommy just went for his, like, really powerful things from the get-go, would that have made a difference? I'm not saying I disagree with the outcome again, I'm just wondering aloud right here. And in the same vein, if he just said Tigerzord, would he have died a lot more quickly? That's a good question, too. I assume yes. Either way, I think that's all I have to say. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this battle, and that's it. We're gonna call it. So with all that, thanks for watching! I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, of course, feel free to like, comment, and if you're new, even subscribe. It means a lot, it really helps me out, and I would love to have you guys. So, tune in next time for my next video. Until then, take care. Cue outro, go!